Newsfirst Newsline with Faraz Shaukutali.
And a wonderful morning to you. This is Newsline, live as always from the Newsfirst studios in Dawson Street in Colombo. And this morning we've got two guests who are bound to light the place up, even though the studios were lit. And they come with a lot of history behind them. Let's introduce them. That's the best way. And on our far right is Purni Fonseca, who's, yes, related to that great Fonseca, the late Gamini Fonseca, product of Sri Lanka and a product of the Maharaja Group too. And next to her is her business partner, Vanessa Stevens. And together, the two of them have entered the entrepreneurial spirit. And they have set something up called Box Up. No, it's not Box Down, it's Box Up. And to tell us all about Box Up and entrepreneurship, they're right here. Purni, tell us, what on earth is Box Up?
So Box Up is an online shopping portal where we offer two separate services.
Right.
One where the customer can shop directly from our website and buy the most popular items that most of our Sri Lankan families love. From craft cheese to cereal, juices.
All from Australia?
All from Australia.
Right.
And there's some great organic and health products as well that we offer, things like vitamins and beauty products.
What made you set this up?
Well, it started from back about
it's
1.5 years.
usually the other way around. You leave Sri Lanka, you go abroad, and then you yearn for everything that is Sri Lankan.
Oh, we do that.
But your service is to supply the other way around.
Correct.
From Australia back here.
Yes.
And but why? How did you get two guys sit down on the beach?
So
Yeah.
It was about, I think, January last year when we were both, sat on the couch having a cup of tea, watching Purni's gorgeous little son Taris play with his toys, and we're like, oh, isn't he so blessed to have, access to such awesome toys and educational material?
Right.
And then we kind of drifted back to our childhood and realised that our parents kind of struggled to find Disney toys and stuff, and if they did find it in Sri Lanka, they were at exorbitant prices.
Yeah.
So they had to, hassle their relatives from overseas to get products down from Australia. And funnily enough, Puri shared the same experience.
Right.
So we were like, why don't we create something that provides that service for the Sri Lankan consumer to purchase from Australia. And
so Box Up basically helps consumers in Sri Lanka to buy whatever their hearts desire from
that's right.
Australia.
Yes, yes.
And you bring it here safely and deliver it safely?
We do. We've got some shipping partners that we've got a relationship with.
Right.
We do all the packing ourselves because I've got a background in retail, and so does...
You pack where? Out there?
Yeah,
Right.
We've got a little spot where we do all our packing,
Right.
and everything is safely packed, obviously with bubble wrap and according to what works, obviously for a long journey it has to make from Australia to Sri Lanka. And our shipping partners then put it on a huge container, which is what usually happens, sends it either to their warehouse, which is located in Colombo and Wakfala, or they send it directly to the person's home, so there's home delivery for an additional fee as well.
Right. And do you have an office in Colombo, or do you have a spot in Colombo?
No, we don't. We don't have anything of our own. We're purely online.
Right.
So online means basically it's a small business that works on the cloud.
Right.
And the good thing about that is there's no overhead. So we don't have expenses that we like a normal business would, where they pass it on to the consumer. We keep everything quite affordable.
So you
minimum.
outsourced everything that you can?
Yes.
Right.
So everything except marketing, and which is my background, and Vanessa's from finance, she does that.
Right.
Vanessa's husband is from graphics, so he does all the creative.
Oh, but Vanessa's the most important one.
Very. She's a numbers person.
She's got the money.
She's got the money.
How's the money looking? Is it looking good?
Yeah, it is looking good.
Yeah.
Look, at the start we didn't want to make, massive markups.
Nothing
or
wrong
nothing
in
like that.
making money.
No, that's exactly. But we wanted customers to experience the service.
Right.
That was our goal. That was our main goal.
Right. So you were trying to hook them up first. Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah, to experience what it is like to shop online.
And what is the biggest concern that you all have encountered?
I think trust is the main issue.
Right.
A lot of Sri Lankans feel like online shopping is not safe.
Yeah.
And we do get questions like, basically, are you guys real? That's a true question we got from a customer, because we see all of these websites that just go missing.
Yeah.
And I said, yes, we are real. So we do try to sort of get featured on magazines and put our faces forward rather than hiding behind the internet, to show people that we are Sri Lankan, and we obviously have the best interest in mind for obviously our families and people that we used to associate with back at home. And we have put programs in place to ensure this security, things like the Stripe payment portal, which is a bit like PayPal, but it's done through another company. PayPal is getting a bit sort of shaky, so Stripe is the new payment portal that's extremely safe.
Right.
It's got PCI level 1 approval.
And Sri Lankans are able to sign up for Stripe.
No, Stripe is done through the company.
Oh, okay.
So
Right.
that is our side program.
So when I
supporting them.
use my credit card
Yep.
on your site,
Yes,
it's protected through Stripe.
correct.
Okay.
So
I
we
can
don't
rest in
receive
peace?
anything.
Okay.
Yes.
So so you don't get the numbers, nothing.
No, we only get the name and the email, so everything's hidden. Stripe will
So do they process
the
payment and
They
then
do.
they send you an authorization?
Correct.
How does the money end up in your account?
So the Stripe payment portal that we've connected to our website has our banking details on there.
Right.
So it goes through their secure servers and lands back in our bank account.
How often do you peek into your bank account?
I would
That's a
peek
finance
in
question?
almost every day.
And
Yeah.
it's looking good, right?
Yes. Yeah.
We
And
do
to-
reinvest a lot in marketing at the moment, just to
Right.
get the word out there. We're a small
Where do you
company.
market?
We do a lot of Facebook marketing, and we
Right.
send a lot of EDMs, so things like newsletters through a
Right.
few companies in Sri Lanka to get the word out there. And it's worked a lot. That's how I think the personal shopping aspect started off, because people thought, yes, great, there's somebody there, then I don't need to trouble my relatives. And we've got different types of requests coming through, even for fishing gear and vehicle lug nuts and organic milk and things like that, that you don't actually get in Sri Lanka at the moment.
Is there any one item that stands out as being constantly important?
We get a lot of requests for cheese.
Oh, right, okay.
Yes.
Right,
heaps of
that
cheese.
kind of cheese.
Yes.
Right. The one that begins with a K and ends with a T.
Yes.
Right,
Exactly.
and sometimes comes in a tin. Yeah, all right. Okay. So
Chocolate. Yeah.
Okay.
Chocolate and cheese, I think, are the best and the most
Sellers.
popular at the moment,
Right.
because these items are quite expensive
Okay.
in regular shops.
How long does it take between me looking at Box Up and then... By the way, when I go onto the Box Up site, does it give me a list of items, or am I supposed to make them up?
So it's an online portal, online shop.
Right.
You can go in, select whichever products you
Oh,
want.
so you do have...
Yes, but if you can't find anything in there that you are after, we can source it for you and pop it on our website as a custom order.
How many boomerangs have been ordered by people in Sri Lanka?
None yet.
None, really?
None yet.
Right.
But we do
Yes.
get a lot of requests for fishing gear. So I think
Right.
because Australia is quite adventure focused and they've got that outdoor gear,
Yeah.
a lot of Sri Lankans who are involved in adventure is requesting those type of items from us.
Right, excellent. Now then, as you say, trust is very important and so on. How much has it helped you? Because obviously you come with a bit of an outstanding sort of heritage, where your father's probably the best known actor in this country, and a very illustrious career and so on. And on top of all that, you've got a mother who's also rather well known. So you can't just go and hide, because people know you. And so you are for real. when the guy asked you, whoever it was,
Yes.
said, "Are you for real?" You, yeah, well, I am. This is Mum and Dad. How do you think that's helped you?
It has helped now. I think now that my mother's doing a bit of PR for us.
Oh, really?
But as
are you paying her?
no,
Paying her with love.
love.
Yes.
To laugh.
Yes.
You can't go into the supermarket and pay your bill with love. I tried that.
But I think Box Up is a game changer, so there's a lot of free hugs and. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So your mother's helping you.
Yes.
Your mother, just to mention it here, is the actress, the television personality, everything. Author. She's a journalist. Angela Seniviratna. So Angela is helping you to do some PR work,
Yes.
is it? And is she doing it well?
I think so. She might be one of the best.
Really? She's got a good network, isn't she?
She does, yes.
Yeah.
And it's good that she's getting us sort of on the programs that works for Box Up as well. And obviously has the better reach, so it's pretty good. She's doing good.
I want to just deviate slightly from Box Up. What memories do you have of your father?
A lot.
Was he really great?
I think the best. I'll get emotional if I talk about my dad.
Okay, right, fine.
I think the best memory I have of my dad is he used to paint pictures of himself.
You mean he did the selfie all those years before
all those
we
years
were
ago
able
with
to
the
do it?
pen, and I used to go and fix his nose because I used to say, "Dad, your nose looks different to that." It had more character, so I used to go and add that on, and he used to laugh at
Well, your fan club's working. I've got a message right here. Good morning. Say hi to Purni from Uncle Mohan, whoever Uncle Mohan is, and convey my best wishes for their new venture. There you go. So, your mother's chosen well,
Yes.
in the sense that, the program that you're on. So, were you aware that your father was a rather famous person?
I did, but like any child of a famous person, you want to hide from that.
Okay.
So I did a lot of hiding. Not a lot of people know I exist.
Right.
They think my family stops from my elder sister Kaushi.
Right.
And they go, "Who's that?" Usually
She's the maid the other day.
the other one. So my mother has to introduce me because I left Sri Lanka when I was about 18, straight after school.
Okay.
So I didn't sort of mingle with the socialites, as they call it,
Right.
much. And I did my higher education in Australia, and I'm back.
And you're back to do marketing, is it?
I'm doing marketing in Melbourne, but I'm back to have the pop-up shop that we are holding at the Surya village.
Right.
So we would like to sort of visit Sri Lanka more often and visit our regular customers, have more events, sort of face-to-face interaction, because again, online store is a bit robotic, we feel, and
Right.
we need to put that face forward to meet people.
And what is your connection to Sri Lanka?
So I was born in Sri Lanka.
Oh, were you?
Yes.
Right.
And I left when I was about 11 or 12 with my parents. We
Right.
migrated to Australia.
Okay.
Purni and I met again and reconnected when she got to Melbourne. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, we've known
so
each other.
you've known each other before.
Yeah, went
We
to
never
school.
spoke in school because we were quite different personalities.
Yes.
Oh,
I was
right.
quite a tomboy and she was obviously like a little Barbie doll. So we had a bit of a clash
Yeah.
back then, and I'm not sure why she contacted me when I came to Melbourne. It's like day 2 she said,
Yeah.
"Would you like to come for my birthday?" And we've been friends ever since. So
Yeah.
you never know.
Exactly.
Have you ever met the great Gamini Fonseca?
No, I haven't.
Right.
No.
I'm going to keep going back to this wonderful, iconic figure, because obviously he was also on our main board. He was a group director here.
Yes.
And also he was in Parliament, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
And so it wasn't acting. It was for real. He was in Parliament.
Yes.
And from what we hear, he was quite a figure. And so, Do tell me, so you do have really good memories of him?
I do. I mean, I lost my dad when I was 16, so I was quite old. I was in my late teens, so I do remember him. In terms of Parliament, I don't remember him at the chair. I just remember going after school and he would get us fried rice and a drink and sit with us and have lunch, and then we would go home together. We did a lot of activities at home. He loved his home, as you might know. He loved his gardening, he did his dog.
And he had, apparently, someone told me yesterday that when I said that his daughter was going to be on my show, and he said he had a wonderful command of the English language.
He did. Yes, definitely. He used to read a lot and always teach himself.
Right. Thank you for that little digression, but an important one, because people like to know the history behind all this. But tell me, any plans for doing it in reverse? As in supplying Australians with things from Sri Lanka?
I'll let Vanessa handle
yeah,
that question.
well, there's quite a few key players that do that already.
Yeah.
So they send things from Sri Lanka to Australia. We've got quite a few Sri Lankan shops over there because there's heaps of Sri Lankans in Melbourne. But what we were lacking was the reverse of that, obviously sending things from Australia to Sri Lanka.
Right.
And that's where we saw the opportunity.
And people are happy?
Very.
Very happy.
Surprisingly.
When we first launched, we weren't so sure of how it would be received. And it was really exciting because on the first day we launched, we got our first order from a complete stranger.
Can you tell me what it was for?
Yes, I remember.
Yes, do you?
I think he had a little girl, so it was mainly things like hundreds and thousands, those cookies with a lot of sprinkles on them. There were things like fruity rings and
Bad for the
chocolate.
diabetes.
Yes, I think there were kids involved, so
Okay.
there was a lot of colourful food.
So that is what it was?
It was mainly cheeses and juices and chocolates and
What was the value
kids'
of the
things.
first order?
Should I mention that, Vanessa?
It was about $180. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And have you had any complaints?
We have.
What was it about?
There's been a chocolate that melted before it got to someone's house.
Oh dear.
That was the biggest complaint we've had. Although we'd like to perfect that experience, it's a little bit hard because sometimes people do pick up boxes, put it in their car and leave it for a long duration of time.
Yeah.
But those are the kind of things we're trying to polish up on, sort of advising our customer how to best store and move the goods from the warehouse back to their homes.
So you have preferred partners who do various bits for you, obviously.
Yes.
So obviously you've told your delivery people of these concerns and so on.
Yes.
How is officialdom treating you, the customs?
We have basically liaised with the customs at the start before we began, and they did advise us that there are minor fees involved depending on the type of product the customer buys, but they're not huge fees. So it was sort of, we do advise that back to the customer to obviously check back on the local office and see if there's some kind of a charge. At the same time, we do advise them not to purchase commercial quantities or large quantities of one product, and things like alcohol we don't do. So those are the kind of things that attract a lot of customs fees. Lucky enough, majority of our customers have not been charged and some have. So there are a bit of inconsistencies in the customs, but we're trying to try and work on that.
How was the clearance procedure? What's the time between the aircraft landing in Colombo?
So I'll just take you through the process of how it occurs. So say you're a customer and you place an order online, Purni and I will get a notification informing us that an order has come. Then we would liaise with our shipper, and we'll see when the next departure date is and pop your order on that shipment. You get a notification again saying your shipment's been dispatched. About 3 weeks after dispatch, you get a bill of lading saying your goods are
No, so this is when it
estimated.
goes by ship.
Yes.
It is a long process, but it's more affordable.
Yes. So they get a bill of lading for clearance, and about within 5 weeks, I would say, they are able to come in and clear their goods through customs.
see.
Now, that's a pickup
Or they
option.
have to clear the goods.
If that's their choice. So if
Yes.
you want to keep your costs down, that works for you, because it's only $25 to buy as much as you want, and it lands in the warehouse and you come and collect it.
Oh, so box up fee is $25.
Yes, that's
Yes.
a shipping fee.
That's the shipping fee for about, quite a big box. However, we do realise that not all our customers have the time to go out to the clearance centres, so we have introduced home delivery as well, starting from $85.
I see.
Yes.
This is very interesting, because my imagination, my perception of customs is one of long queues, and it's hot and
Yes.
it's fussy, and you get loads of people trying to ask you if you need any help, which is another way of saying, give me a bribe and I'll get it done. But obviously, hopefully, that is now in the past, and the new world that we live in.
Yeah.
We are trying to obviously get that experience at the warehouse a bit better for our customers. So we did have a chat with the shipping agents that we partnered with last year, and they opened, one of the shippers took that on board and opened a special counter in their warehouse that only clears goods from Australia. So anything from Australia, the customer can directly go to that counter and get it cleared very quickly. So you don't have to stay in the queue for long. We're trying to impose the same for Colombo, but that might be a bit of a lengthy process.
And wines, does that qualify as alcohol?
Sorry?
Wines.
Wines, yes.
Is that alcohol?
There are non-alcoholic wines that
Do you get orders for that?
we do.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
mainly grape, sort of like a grape juice with a little bit of a zing to it.
Okay.
Yeah, we do.
So but do you get lots of orders for alcohol, which you have to then turn down, or is it very clear on your website that
No,
this is not the kind of thing we do?
we've got recently a lot of inquiries for alcohol, and I think we need to sort of say, unfortunately, either you accept the fact that there might be a heavy customs charge at the end of your experience of box up, and hopefully they don't sort of pass that on to us. But we're trying to stay away from alcohol and keep to obviously what majority of families would like to purchase.
Do you stock any items, or is it all purchased when you get an order?
We stock some of the items that are quick moving,
Right.
and then the odd and unusual ones we go and buy from our suppliers.
Which works best, because then
Yes.
it's manufactured then and there, sort of, because there's a quick turnover in Australia in terms of food and products, so it's closest to its manufacture date if we purchase it then and there.
I know that you got your 1,000th customer
Yes.
recently, but does that mean that you have 1,000 customers, or is it that you have a lot of repeat customers?
We do have quite a few repeat customers. I feel like they don't purchase every week, because it's a different sort of experience. It's more to say 2 to 3 months. But there's only a few of them. We are working on the regulars, and that's why we are here to sort of meet them and greet them.
Right.
So the 1,000th customer was the 1,000th order.
Right.
So it was great in the sense there was only about 4 or 5 back then when we decided to have our pop-up shop.
Yeah.
But now it's gone over 1,000, so I think it's
It's about time.
officially the 1,000 customer is there. It's good.
Another viewer,
Right.
is asking or posing the question. It's more like a statement. Do you realise that the group have you on the program because of the sheer respect and appreciation we have for the great Governor Fonseca? And I think the fact that you are on our program is testimony to how high we hold Mr. Fonseca, even now, at this network. So there you are. Thank you for that comment. We appreciate that. But Vanessa, now tell me, what's the next step?
The next step, the future for Boxer, is basically brand reach for us.
Right.
Currently, we're trying to expand our brand so that the Sri Lankan consumer have more. They have more of a range in our online shop, as well as service. We're trying to make our website a bit more user friendly, have Sri Lankan conversion rates. And then as well as working on the shipping side of things, making it a bit, faster and finding
How many
other
of your
methods.
orders are, what's the ratio? Sea freight, air freight?
It's mainly sea freight,
Okay.
because you get to buy a lot more for a smaller price.
Yes, okay, so they're
Yeah.
ordering, they can order
Yeah.
more.
But
And
we
as
do
I-
get the personal shopping where people do the DHL quite express.
Yes.
Right.
Because people like to buy things like a pair of shoes or
And they want
a
that
handbag.
yesterday, obviously.
Yes. Yeah.
exactly.
And like a lot of Australian retailers don't ship to Sri Lanka, so we're almost that middle person to provide the service
okay.
as well. What we're also finding with shipping is home delivery. There are customers that are, if you have a sister or brother, they'll be splitting their shipping with their sister and brother
Right.
and getting it home delivered because it works out a bit more cheaper.
But how does the customs play there? How do they facilitate that when you have to, when it's home delivery? Who does the coordinating the customs work then?
The agent would organise all that,
see.
and they'll custom clear it and deliver it home.
Right.
Yeah.
Problems? What are the problems that you're having?
So the main problems we had was obviously the storage conditions for the chocolate.
Yeah.
That was the main one.
You don't mess
Earlier-
with chocolate.
And earlier we did have the trust issue, which
Yeah.
I think is sort of lingering amongst people because we've got so many inquiries and they're sort of not taking that next step.
Yeah.
So we would like to sort of educate people more on the fact that there are other payment portals to PayPal, which is the most popular. And currently PayPal is having issues with fraudulent transactions. So I think that's one of the main things. Getting the consumer educated is one of the main challenges that we face. Storage conditions. And like Vanessa said, the customer experience is great at the moment because this is so new. But I'm thinking far down the line, once people get a hang of it and used to it, then they'll start giving us more feedback, which is what we need.
Is there a need for, do people order telephones, mobile phones, for example?
No, none, not at all.
No, that's
No, not so far.
We're sort of focusing more on clothing and toys and food and things like that, and basically shopping from any store in Australia and organizing the service of delivering for you and repackaging it so it's safe to make that journey.
Right. And do you think you might expand this to some other countries?
Well,
Yes.
funnily enough, we have had quite a few inquiries from the UK and
there you go.
the US asking for Tim Tams, Vegemite and all the Australian branded goods. So, yeah, there is...
would, yes.
Yeah, we would love to, but we want to get the offer right for Sri Lanka before we move ahead.
That's good. So all good
Yes.
things are worth waiting for.
Yes.
I would like to suggest another line, but it's the other way around though. You may find lots of people, Sri Lankans, of Sri Lankan origin, and what you have, about 1 million in Australia at the moment,
Yes.
0.5% of the population of Australia can trace its roots to Sri Lanka, and that's a fact. So perhaps they may want to watch some films. The ones that star Ramani Fonseca. And even some that feature someone called Angela Seniratne. Who knows? You may want to include that in when it's the other way around. But tell me, how much of this fear that Sri Lankans have to use online shopping are you dismantling steadily but surely?
We're getting through it one inquiry at a time, and we're hoping that the pop-up shop we have, which has a bit of a station where we go through online payments and show them as to what kind of security we have, would help obviously ease that. Vanessa and I have been online shopping for the last 10 years, and so far I haven't had any bad experience.
Never, not one.
Never. I mean, we do know a few people that have bought phones from eBay and things like that, and the phone has never come through. It hasn't been delivered, but that's eBay. It's like a portal where so many consumers and buyers and sellers are involved. This is just a one-way sort of portal, so more security, I believe.
And just to touch on Stripe, I mean, we did a lot of research before we picked Stripe. You know, Puri and I found it, it had all the features that it needed. It's PC1 compliant. So in simple terms, that means that's the highest level of security a payment portal could get. None of our customers have had any issues. And you know, big brands like Adidas and Target are using Stripe, so we have a lot of faith in Stripe.
Yes.
Good. Vanessa Stevenson, Purni Fonseca, thank you very much for being on Newsline. We wish you all the very best in your venture, and we look forward to the day when you will actually your company will be able to advertise your product on our program.
Thank you.
That will say that you were right.
Yeah.
And it's been a great pleasure having you on the program.
Thank
good luck.
you. Thank you.
That's it from Newsline, and we'll see you same time, same place tomorrow morning, helping you stay connected. In the meantime, take care and God bless.